Many people think that Melbourne, on the southeast coast of Australia, is one of the best cities in the world to live in. Aboriginal people first settled in this area, on the banks of the Yarra River, thousands of years ago. The first Europeans arrived in 1835. In 1837, they named their new town after the Prime Minister of Great Britain, Lord Melbourne. In 1847, Melbourne became a city. Today, it's the capital of the state of Victoria and the second biggest city in Australia. Melbourne is an exciting modern city. It has a population of about 4 million people. The city centre can be very busy, but it's easy to get around. Trams are very popular, and you can take a tram to any part of the city. There are more than 140,000 cafes and restaurants around Melbourne, as well as many great parks and beaches. Not far from the city centre, areas like St Kilda are very popular. It's a great place to relax. If you go there, you'll find the exciting Luna Park theme park. Or you could go for a walk down by the sea or lie on the beach. There are plenty of great places to eat and drink in. Over 1 million tourists visit Melbourne every year. Melbourne is very famous for its sporting venues. The Melbourne Cricket Ground, known as the MCG, is the city's world-famous stadium. It can hold over 100,000 fans. The most popular sports played here are cricket and Aussie rules football. Albert Park is near the middle of the city. In March, the road through the park becomes the track of the Australian Formula One Grand Prix. Melbourne is one of the most multicultural cities in Australia. About 40% of its residents are from a different country. There are residents from more than 140 nations, and they speak more than 100 languages. In the 1850s, people discovered gold in this area. Many Chinese people came to Melbourne to look for gold. Today, there is still a large Chinese community in Melbourne, and Melbourne's Chinatown is full of great restaurants and shops. It also has the biggest Italian population outside of Italy. 230,000 Italians live in Melbourne. The first Italians came to Australia in the 1850s. At first, they came mainly from the Veneto region. Since the Second World War, many Italians have immigrated to Australia from Sicily and Calabria. They lived in the Lygon Street area of the city. Today, this is a very stylish area with great cafes and fashionable shops. If you visit Lygon Street in October, you'll see a festival celebrating Italian culture. Melbourne has also got a large Vietnamese community. During the Vietnam War in the 1970s, many people came to Australia to escape it. Today, the Vietnamese surname, Nguyen, is the second most common name in the Melbourne phone book. But Melbourne is most famous for its Greek community. Between Lonsdale and Swanston Street, there are restaurants, cafes and many Greek shops. The city has the largest Greek population outside Greece in the world.